I needed a dust filter. It's a basement shop, there's no windows, there's really no good air circulation, lots of dust, it just accumulates, especially when sawing, sanding. I've got some boat stands to make out of mahogany, which is going to be really dusty, so I thought I'd put together a dust fan, dust filter, excuse me. It's four-sided, it's on wheels, I just move it to where I want it to be, it exhausts at the top. I had a 20-inch floor circulator that was really not being used. Used 4 MERV 11 filters. MERV 13 is suggested, but local big box store didn't have any. I have to order some. I don't know what the CFM of the fan is. It's pretty high. This is the design that came up with, what is it, Corsi-Rosenthal? Something, Corsi-Rosenthal, something like that. My apologies to the 2 creators of it back during the pandemic for a cheap filter. This is the first rendition, just a box fan with a filter on the backside. I don't know if it'll work, but I used it upstairs when I was doing some drywall. This would be much better. Not super heavy, but it's stable enough. This is a 3-speed fan. I took the fan switch off, mounted it on the outside so I could get to it. You can see I also have some storage for a circle saw and a router. The best part is, turn it on, it actually works. Alright, plan your work, work your plan. Thought I'd make some frames. 28 inches, 18 across here. That gives me an interior open of 18 obviously by 22 using 1x3s. And then I thought, oh no, I don't want that to sit on the floor, so ta-da! We'll make these outside frames longer. You see down there? Did I go too far? So this is going to be 48 inches, and here's the bottom of the frame. This will be open. I'll put a floor on it, and I can put my air compressor down here to hold it down. Put some casters on it, and up here the fan will be blowing airflow this way. And cut list, I need 4 frames, so that's 8 pieces 48, 8 pieces 18 inch, and we'll go from there. Gotta have the fan, right? Okay, here's the fan. This is a floor fan that I took apart. Really cool because this has this shroud already built into the fan. That's 20 inches, so I need like a 22 inch hole that this will sit in. So I can screw this right down to the plywood like this is it. Cut a hole, stick that in there. That's on the inside. The shroud will then attach to the outside. Fan's down there, blowing up. I've got a lip around there to attach it to. Should be easy, right? Well, we'll see. This speed controller, simple wiring. Take this off, mount it on the outside of the box somewhere. First, I'm going to build the frame, so let's do that. I'm not liking videos where you show every cut, so it's a frame. It goes together. I'm going to use pocket screws. Show one, you get the idea. 8 foot by 1x3, need 48 inch legs, so guess what? We'll cut them in half. Ta-da! Voila! Check the plan. 28, 28. Lay the square on, square. 2 times up. For pocket screws, we're using 3/4 inch material. It calls for a 1 1/4 inch screw. Ta-da! And then set my pocket jig 3/4 and for 3/4. That's the driver. And these guys, worth the money. You can use a C-clamp, you can use a quickly grippy clamp, but I don't know, that's just so much easier. Ta-da! Only 14 more to go. And if I were to put that together like that, this little piece of, might throw it off, so just check that, knock it off. If you cut square corners, it should line up anyway, right? Big if. I'm not always known for doing that. Square head drives, square drive heads, tomato, tomato. Because I don't have the strength of my hands I used to. I'm going to clamp this down. The screw will draw it in tight. Oops. Done. Uh-oh. Going left-handed. This could be ugly. Ooh, baby. Check the measurement one more time. Looks good. PA stay resistance, right? If I push this in, it should be right on the money. Actually, I'm going to push around here. Can you see? Yeah, kind of. Push it in with my leg. Hold it. Good. Now, where this will sit, this is the inside. Turn it over. Obviously, that would be the outside. And the filter goes on the outside. And it will sit here. I've got inch, quarter of an inch, top and bottom, side to side, about the same. So it will sit in there like that. Since this filter is 3/4 inch also, I can take the extra piece I got, rip a couple of pieces just as a holder, and then I'll just use probably blue tape, tape it on here. It's good for, I don't know, a couple of months. Tear the tape off, throw the filter away, get a new one. Cool. 3 more to go. I'm adding pocket hole screws to the frame edges, so when the legs come together, there's something to hold them together. And I'll probably glue those just to make it sturdier. And so now we got 1, 2, 3, 4 frames. And now just assembling the top using 1-inch screws so it doesn't go through this piece. Nice. Not going to glue it. I figured, too much work. I don't like glue. So this may be a little bit easier to conceive. It is for me because I'm not sure how it's going to come out. The fan will sit down in like this, and I said this goes to the plywood, but it doesn't. I'll put some 2x in here as a brace or as a ledge to hold it so that, because I want this shroud to be like right in the middle of the top, which is just 1/2 inch plywood. It's going to sit right here. and that 2x running around in here will give it some additional strength up top where the fan is, and then I'll put screws down this way on the plywood top. A little different point of view. This is from the top looking down. I need a ledger to fan to sit on and screw it in. So I'll have these 1x3s in here, and just for the heck of it, I thought I'd miter them just to do it. So those will sit in there like that, all the way around. So this one is 3.5 off the corner, inch, or this width up. These other ones are going to be 3 inches, and this will be 3 inches there, 3 inches there. My board is set down 2 inches. So not every tool has to be read and named after a bird. Some things work well enough for what we're doing. Everything goes as planned. This should fit in here like this. Get it oriented a little bit. Should be like about like that. This will go up like this. Fit on top. That. It's not super tight, but that's okay. This will go on here like this. Snap that down. These will go on the sides like this. And that's how we make a dust filter. I bet it will fit up in there. And an actual one I have to cut. I notched those out with the jigsaw. Trimmed it up just a little bit. I'll fit in like that. And the plywood is cut so that it fit down in there flush. That pretty much. Because I'm going to put it on casters. And I'll just have these 4 little casters on there. I ripped some pieces of 1x to make my frame for the filter. And I'll just attach that with my brad nailer, and then the filter will fit in here like this. Then also went around the inside, the bottom here, edge, and up in here. I noticed there's some little gaps, which would let a little bit of air come through and not go through the filter. So I figured, what the heck, I'll just go ahead and seal them up. I had a little silicone left over from another project and took care of that. So I'll just finish putting this on here and get to the other sides. So before I put all the filters on, let me show you. Right here, just use some vinyl tubing to encase the wires. Probably never happened, but you know, the air's flowing through there, wires going back and forth, rubbing against each other. Could be some chafing. So I just did that and led it up to the box up here. Okay, let's try it in the dark. I'm going to drop some sawdust first, and then I'll drop some with the fan on. So there's sawdust just dropping through. That's, I know it's pretty close. That's like a foot away. Let's turn it on. That's setting to mid-speed. Let it get up to strength. Alright, now I'm going to drop it. Yeah, it's going in there. Let's go up high. So the test is working. Of course, I was really close, and that was really fine, heavy sawdust, because that came off of the miter saw and the table saw. There's dust on the floor, but that's the heavy stuff that would fall out of the air pretty quickly anyway. But the other stuff was captured in the filter down here pretty well, so I'm happy with it. It's the really light, fine, indoor, floaty stuff that, you know, moves around, gets on everything, tops the light switches that you're just constantly brushing off. Hopefully that'll help clean that up. So I'll run this on high, let it clear the air now, and then I'll go through and dust everything in here and then see if it comes back. Should be interesting. Thanks for watching.